AFC Championship game. Off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
Take it in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Quickly to the air is Wilson.
And his first pass is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb.
And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. It didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's Berrios.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? They're on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession. See if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Another try after the first down sack. Watson under pressure again, and down he goes again.
That's Foley Fatukasi who got in there and finished off the play.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. Here's Tyler Newsome now. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And where did this one go out? Now they'll start with good field position, 45-yard line.
Well, the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right? Where these teams are locked in and going at it. No points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
I think a couple of ways. Number one is putting something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. A minimal gain as we tip down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. 3rd and 7 now. Throwing is Wilson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. York able to send this one through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return. And the Broncos have moved out in front. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
Others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And some room to maneuver. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. 2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave it with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Complete to Bryant. And he is going to have a Browns first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just... Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
They'll come out in the pistol. Back to throw, Watson. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And they're able to add on their advantage. What timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Now McManus for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And Courtland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 75 yards. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Now Cade York for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
fields it right around the goal line.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Broncos.
Again, Overboard, I'm going to get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They're going to continue to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
They set up the screen to Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On third down, Wilson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now, he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Hamler now on the return.
He's loose again. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Such an impressive punt return, 83 yards. And the Broncos continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead is up to 18 now. We know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 29, Wilson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And the Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. And a position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
We may be looking at the scoreboard. This offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down. Even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Williams. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
They picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now to this point. Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on it before he got the quarterback on the ground.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The Browns send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And Denver getting set to take the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the lead. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Or they run the option on 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Man, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
It just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
They have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take it like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And Watson's going to throw it here. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Faking the give. Now Watson. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by McManus is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they'll pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know. If you're an offensive coordinator, You never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays.
Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Starting to get the sense throughout the league that more of the special teams coordinators give their guys the green light to bring the ball out because everyone wants big plays to happen. I don't know if that philosophy was...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, the running crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused in here.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They'll throw on first down with Wilson.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Kawhi Williams. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, Bobby, this is really the nose that got this game in the bag with this huge lead. It's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
McManus now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.